When you're learning tapping, you begin by learning the original formula of the setup statement. And when you're using the setup statement, you're going to be tapping on what we call the karate chop. It's where, ah-cha, you would chop a board. That's why we call it the karate chop. It's the fleshy part underneath the baby finger on both hands. Take the pads of the other hand and you just tap gently like this, always gently. Sometimes people start out with anger, it's a gentle tapping. We're just stimulating the meridians. That's all we're doing. So you start with the setup statement and you say it 3 different times. The meridians are the same on both sides of the body, so you don't have to use 2 hands. I learned that way in some places. You'll see how I do that, but you can always just use one side of the body. You can cross over. It doesn't matter. We're just stimulating meridians, endpoints of meridians. So you're going to start with the setup statement in the karate chop point, and you say the setup statement 3 different times. I change hands to keep track of 3. You do not to. You do not need to. The original formula is, even though there's a problem, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. This was Gary Craig's original setup statement. Some people don't want to say, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. They don't feel like they're loving themselves. They don't feel like they're accepting themselves. And so you can change that wording to, I'm open to loving myself. I'm willing to love myself. At any point that you're using wording that makes you go, no, you don't use those words, because tapping is about soothing for yourself and calming your body and your nervous system and your mind and your soul. So I also don't always use I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Sometimes I use something completely different. An example would be, even though I'm feeling anxious right now, it's safe for me to relax now. Even though I'm feeling afraid, I'm safe right here, right now. So you don't have to use those original words, but the basic idea of the setup statement is, even though I have this problem, I'm okay. However way you want to use those words. It's a soothing affirmation to contradict, soothe the words that you used for your problem. So you use that setup statement at these karate chop points. Again, 3 times. You could say it exactly the same, or you can change the wording. In the beginning, I would make it as simple as possible so that you don't get flustered and not do it, okay? So you do that 3 times. Now the next thing are points up here on the top of the head. These are reminder phrases or reminder words. These are to keep you on track so you know what you're tapping about. Sometimes things change so quick you don't even know what you're tapping about after the first few minutes or seconds, really. So the first reminder point is up here with that phrase, and then the eyebrows here right by the nose, as close as you can get. The outside of the eye is right on the bone, right here. Under the eye, again, I use 2 hands. You don't have to. You can do 1. You can cross over. It doesn't make any difference. Under the nose, you would use one set of 2 fingers right here in the crease. This one's the collarbone, so you're going to go from your notch here down an inch, over an inch. You can tap like this, you can tap like this, you can tap like that. If you're working with a kiddo, you can tap like this. Well, really, you don't want to do it alternately. You want to do it the same. Okay, those are all reminder phrases or reminder words to keep you focused. And then underneath, a hand's width down from the armpit, is letting it all go now. It's safe to let it go. Whatever you want to say about that. That is a tapping sequence. If you talk fast like I do, it takes less than 30 seconds, and then poof, true story, you feel so much better. It's mind-boggling, absolutely mind-boggling. I hope that was helpful for you, and I really, really thank you for watching. Please subscribe below.